You know what? Our governor, God love him.
Do we?
He's not making any sense.
He's a governor only a God could love.
He is defending the $430,000 of our money that he spent on a private law firm to prepare him to be questioned in Washington. Well, I started doing some thinking.
There you go.
He was a congressional representative from what? 2011 to 2019, I think. His second term as a governor. He served on endless committees when he was a rep, member of many caucuses. And you would think that he would know exactly what the procedure.
He knows the playbook.
He knows how it works. And then, so Hauser, God bless Hauser last night.
House of Reps from 2007 to 2019.
To 2019. The lifer.
12 years, yeah.
And do you think he was ever involved in any subcommittee questioning? Of course he was.
Of course
he was on the Agriculture Committee and many committees. So he knows perfectly well how it all works. And so now he's claiming this is how duplicitous Walz is. Hauser got to him last night and said, I'm paraphrasing Hauser, but I'm going to come close. Do you understand that taxpayers could be angry that you spent $450,000 of taxpayer money to hire lawyers for an appearance in Washington, D.C.? You know what Walz's answer was? Yeah, I don't blame him. They should be mad that I was called. That was his answer. He's laying the thing off. He's laying it off on the Trump administration. I shouldn't have been called for that dog and pony show. He didn't say that. I'm paraphrasing.
Do you want Tom's piece? I have it queued up. Or do you not want to hear it?
No, I'd love to hear it so you can see what Hauser was driving at.
All right. Cue up Mr. Hauser.
He told me he agrees the amount is ridiculous, but he blames Republicans in Congress who invited him and two other Democratic governors to testify so they could be publicly criticized about immigration.
Do you all solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth?
That's enough. See, he's blaming Republicans, and he admits it was a ridiculous amount of money. And he knew he contends, I'm just going out there for their show. If that's true, if he believed that, why did you need any legal preparation?
Right.
Go out there and fold your arms. You know how it works.
Who else was called, and how much did that person spend?
Well, I can tell you, Pritzker from Illinois was called. He paid for it out of his own pocket. He hired some lawyers, too.
Oh,
I was
interesting.
just looking that up, Kenny. I had the same question.
That's a Democratic state, is it not?
Yeah, Pritzker's as bad as Walz, but apparently he's got more money.
Kathy Hochul was there.
Did she pay for her own lawyers?
That I do not know.
Pritzker, to his credit, he paid out of his pocket for his own lawyers. He's a billionaire.
Okay. Here is Governor Walz, by the way.
Minnesota legislature has passed no such bill making Minnesota a sanctuary state, and I have signed no such law.
Other than brief opening statements, the governors weren't given much time to respond. But Walz certainly should have been prepared. According to the Legislative Advisory Commission, the governor's office requested payment of $430,000 for legal services related to congressional hearing and testimony. In this memo first obtained by the StarTribune, this transfer is to pay outside legal counsel for services rendered in preparation for the June 12th House Oversight Committee. Governor, can you understand why taxpayers might look at a $430,000 legal bill and think that that is excessive?
Yes, and they should be angry at those folks. There's no reason that we needed to be there. We provided all the documentation. We told them that.
Walz says the hearing was all about, quote, grandstanding, and he was given little time to respond to any question.
Do you agree with the Attorney General's guidance?
Congressman, what I would say on this is that Minnesota follows all law. I would say
it's a very easy question.
It's ridiculous. It's why we asked them to allow us not to have to be there. Certainly, I would tell you what, it's not where I wanted to spend money. It's not where I wanted to spend my time. And it certainly proved that there was nothing there other than using it as grandstanding.
Could you have used your own legal staff or the Attorney General's office at a much lower cost?
No, probably not. And they didn't have the expertise for this of what they were asking.
Now, there were also travel costs.
BS.
You know what would have been better? If Walz would have went, I am not going to sit here
exactly.
and let you
That's exactly what he
United
did.
States of America.
Wait a minute. And you know how I feel about this guy.
Oh, Kenny, no.
Was he wrong?
Yes.
So something actually came of those hearings, or was it in fact grandstanding in a big giant political gong show? What came out of those hearings?
Nothing.
So he's not wrong.
No. He knew it was going to be nothing. That's what he's contending. So then why did he pay $450,000 to prepare for it?
Spent the money.
But I think are you ignoring my point on purpose?
No, what's your
point? The whole
point?
hearing was a sham, was it not?
The hearing didn't.
Or doesn't that figure
okay,
in?
let's take that. If the hearing was a sham, I'm prepared to agree with that. You don't need to pay $450,000.
I can't fight that. You're right.
You get on the airplane and you go out there and you go, look at these idiots are going to grill me about. I'm just going to sit there and I'll tell them what they want to hear, and bang, bang, boom. You don't need $450,000.
Right. His answers did not.
He deflected.
Give merit to $430,000.
He deflected. He's a professional. He deflected. Hauser said, do you think taxpayers should be angry? And he just instantly deflected. Said, you're absolutely right. You should be mad at those Republicans for forcing me into having to reach into the petty cash drawer and come up with $450,000.
Joe, this is why I and probably all of us hate everybody in Washington, because it was a big, giant, like he said, sham, a gong show. It served no purpose. And we're just getting, it's third
So we
rail
get
bullshit.
screwed either way.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, we got screwed twice.
Yeah.
The hearings were a waste of time, and it cost us $500 million.
Yeah.
Should he have at
no,
least
I mean 500,000.
430.
Close enough.
Should he have at least been honest and said, "Well, this is taking away from my nationwide tour"?
Yeah.
Instead of running the state of Minnesota.
How many sins does he have to commit before, at the very least, he's not taken seriously? I understand that he's not leaving.
In this state?
In fact, he'd probably run again.
And win.
But how can you possibly take this guy seriously? I just don't understand it. And Gov, you're welcome to come on the air anytime you want. Anytime you want. I'd love to talk. How much did he spend? $450?
$430.
$430.
Let's be honest. Hey, let's be fair. Let's be fair.
I looked up the law firm, G&L Gates. They've been in business since 1846. You think they're not powerful? They have offices practically in every country in the world. Did he think they weren't going to charge $516 an hour? And for what? Wow. For what? You know, let's go even deeper.
Oh, boy.
It's part of the machinery. Your law firm gets to a certain point, you're cut in on some of this BS.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying Walz stole $450,000. I'm not even saying the law firm did. But it's all part of the BS, how they all make money.
Are you saying that this is somehow going to translate to campaign contributions from a certain law firm? Is that what you're saying?
No, but now that you got me thinking about it, sure.
Because would it surprise any of us?
But Chris, if they were smart, they'd contribute to both parties, all parties.
I'm sure they do.
Sure, yeah,
Send money
right.
to everybody.
You're right. Yeah.
But once you get inside the machinery,
Oh man.
your number comes up on the roulette. Way it's Gates' turn. They got to represent this buffoon in Minnesota. Charge them $500 an hour. Taxpayers don't care out there. They're stupid.
But if we, the people, us five, sit here, we know, the whole thing was a dog and pony show to start with.
Yeah.
Then we know our governor spent $430,000. What the hell do we do about it?
Right.
Yeah, that's a great question, John. What we do about it is come in here and wander around in our lane.
No, I'll tell you what we do. We, as a state, reelect him. I mean, the headlines 2 days ago, 3 days ago weren't wrong. If he runs again, he'll win.
Well, how about the people that called the dog and pony show? Do they get reelected where they are?
Sure,
You know,
of course they do.
And Comer, it was Comer's, deal. He's well known for his dog and pony
We
shows.
should change the direction
Cornyn,
of this show.
I think you mean.
Joe,
No, I mean Comer.
Oh,
we should.
C-O-M-E-R.
The direction of this show should be British cars and zip ties and bungee cords. I mean, seriously. This is so frustrating.
If Walz isn't a crook, he just acts like one every day.
There was a great clip surfaced by an account that I follow and a loyal listener to the show. It's Cesario MN, and it was the George Carlin bit about there's a big club, folks, and you ain't in it.
We're not in it.
No.
Yeah, that was
and
a good Carlin
so
bit. Yeah.
perfectly illustrates what we're going through right now.
I just got done with a book. Hell, can't remember it.
The Chase.
No,
Yeah, The
I'm
Chase,
reading them
great
too.
book.
They can't write them fast enough. I keep reading them. It's heck,
Ferrigno?
no, S.E. somebody. It's a black author. He's pretty good. I've read a couple of his. I like it. But this guy has to set up a meeting with the mayor in this corrupt Virginia town, and the mayor says, "I know what you want. Here's how it works."
S.E. Hinton?
I don't think it's Hinton.
That's the Outsiders.
Oh.
Here's how it works.
I recognize it.
You contribute $50,000 to my campaign fund. I've never heard of you before, and yeah, your deal's taken care of. It's just, it wasn't even fiction. That's how it works. But Walz makes no sense with that deflection because a wise, a mature governor would say, "We're not going to spend a dime on this because I know exactly what's in store for me."
And he should have went out there and said, "What are you guys doing?"
He said, how 11 years? He could have said, "I've been there for 11 years. I know how to play this game." It would have cost the taxpayers his plane ticket. Mm-hmm. But no, we're gonna turn this into a deflection and say, I don't blame the taxpayers for being angry at Republicans. I'm more angry at you, Walz, but it doesn't get me anywhere. So